So that is a big bucket right there. That is a Top Dog Attachments firewood bucket for the skid loader. I think it's 90 inches across, nice and tall in the back. I can use this for loading bulk firewood out of the wood bunker. I can use it to split into and then take it right over to the wood shed. I could take the machine and the bucket out in the woods if I was cutting rounds out in the woods, fill the bucket up, bring it right back to the splitter. This, I'm guessing, will probably hold about 1/3 quart of firewood, one scoop. Big bucket. Now this is another Top Dog Attachments firewood bucket that I've had for several years, and it's kind of funny looking at it now because it looks so big on the tractor, but actually it looks tiny right now compared to that one for the skid loader. But anyway, you'll be seeing much more of this in the future when we put it to work. Right now I need to drop the trailer, head back up to the house and get Melissa because we have some exciting news to share. So Melissa, you want to tell them the big news?
It's exciting news. We're getting a cabin from Tri-State Gazebo.
I think a lot of you knew we were kind of leaning that way. We did that video the other day, about a week ago, of them transporting one and setting it up. And I have been talking to the owner, and we decided to buy one of those cabins. I think it'll be our best bet to get up and running as fast as possible down in West Virginia. We're not sure how soon it's going to happen. On their end, it's going to take about 8 to 10 weeks to get it built. But on our end, we have a lot of work to do before it arrives. And it's all going to depend on the weather.
Right.
You know, that's all there is to it. Right now, if you had a couple weeks worth of this right here, but it has been so nice lately. And I know we're going to pay for it this winter. I mean, I do. And down there where the property is in West Virginia, it snows a lot more than it does here. And but we need to kind of extend the driveway some, cut some more trees. And what we'd really like to do, which is why I said in the last video, I wanted you guys to blow up Tom Haas's from Concrete with the Haas's channel, which you did, and thank you. We would like to set ours on a pad with a little crawl space on one side for the plumbing and things like that. And we were talking about a patio out the back of it.
That'd be great.
So we'll probably do like a fieldstone or a, you like that wood stamped look, something patio. So get all the concrete poured. Let me back up a minute. Trees, stumps, driveway, concrete pad with a crawl space, then the cabin after the patio, right?
Sounds doable to me.
That's kind of what the plan is. That is what the plan is. We're just not sure how fast it's going to happen, but we're really looking forward to it. And the cabin that we're going to get is 14 by 28, and that will be an interesting video getting it there. The driveway and everything will be the easiest part, but you remember that one-lane bridge?
Yeah.
There's a one-lane bridge they have to go across, and Danny from Tri-State Gazebo, he drove the whole route, checked everything out, said got to trim some trees and stuff, but they can get it in. But there's a one-lane bridge. It's not near as wide as the cabin, but he says they can raise it up enough that it'll hang over the guardrails, you know what I mean, to get across that one bridge. And but yeah, I saw what they could do.
Danny's a great guy. I'm not sure how many of you have checked out Tri-State Gazebos, and if you're interested, go ahead and check them out. But he's a stand-up guy, has been very helpful, given us all the information that we need on our end. And like you said, he drove the route, checked things out, gave us things that we need to think about and decide on. So we've been really pleased. And
you know what's funny? We were talking about this the other day on a different note. I'm not fantastic at any one thing, you know, like I'm not great at any one thing. I was a good blaster, I've mentioned that before, but I do a little bit of everything. But one quality, I look at it as a quality that I've always had, I can pick out, like I can meet someone for 2 minutes, and I can just tell what kind of person they are. You know what I mean? I've always been good at that. Here in Pittsburgh, north of Pittsburgh, we call some people jags. I can spot a jag in 15 seconds after talking to someone. And the first time I met that Danny Miller, I'm like, this is a stand-up guy. He's a great guy, family business. And we owe this all to Melissa, by the way. Tell them how that all transpired.
Yeah, we stayed at the inn at Deep Creek, which is kind of across the street from where it's at the intersection of where Tri-State Gazebo has some models set up. We were at that red light, ready to turn left to head out to the property.
And I wanted to go. You know what I mean?
And I'm like, hey, we really should go over and check those out. Why not? You know? And he's like, whatever. Do we have the time? You really want to? I go, I think it'd be a great idea. And we pull in and check them out.
One thing led to another. And
they're beautiful. The one that we selected is the one that's been in the videos.
Yeah,
like
except
that
with
style.
Yeah, same style, different siding.
Okay. But the color scheme is the same. It's a yes for us. That's a win-win.
Dormers on both sides, door on the back, windows in the back.
The balcony.
Yeah.
Just exactly what we want.
And what we'll probably do for water and everything, we're looking into right now a regular septic system for it. And then we're looking at just putting a cistern tank in for water. And it'll probably be, at least for now, off-grid. We have ways between power stations, generators, use LED lighting throughout the whole thing. It won't take much power to run it. Air conditioning, I don't think we really need down there. Back in the woods, it's always 10 degrees cooler.
We have the EcoFlow.
We got that little EcoFlow thing too if it gets real hot. So that's the plan for West Virginia. So all depends on the weather, how soon this is gonna happen, but we'll be doing more work down there. And this time, if we could get like 3 days in a row, you know, or 4 days in a row, I go down for 2 or 3 days and you come home. That's the whole thing. It's hard for us to get down there for like weeks on end until we get something set up where we can take Hunter with us. But if I could get down there for 3 or 4 days and it looks like the weather's decent, I'll pay someone to haul my equipment down, like the skid loader and the excavator, and we can really crank something out. I have been renting just because it's easier and actually cheaper if I'm going down a day at a time. But if I'm going to go for 3 or 4 days at a time, I'll get some of the low boy, haul both machines, and I can take a trailer with some attachments down. We can get it all done in a couple days. So that's the plan on that. This video is going to be just kind of a state of the union. We're not doing much work this afternoon, and it's another beautiful night. So I'm going to go out hunting here in a little bit. But I just want to answer some questions that keep coming up, let you guys know about the cabin. One question, I got a lot of them from people. We put the posts in for the gate, and there are a lot of people wondering why we didn't just saw the posts on the sawmill. And I guess that's a good question if you live somewhere else. I don't know how you do it in other areas, but here you have to use pressure treated posts. You know, like if I just sawed some white pine on the mill, put them in the ground, they're only going to last a couple years. They're going to rot off. You have to have pressure treated wood around here. And I know people do that burning thing, and there's different ways, but when we put a post in the ground, they're pressure treated. It's just the way it is. Another question that keeps coming up, we've been getting back into the firewood season. We're going to hit it hard definitely this winter. I believe that fuel prices and natural gas prices are just going to keep going up, especially after the upcoming election. And I think firewood's going to be a really big thing. I've talked about it before.
It is.
Each year we produce a little bit more than the year before, and each year we sell out, seems the same time or earlier, so we really want to step that up. But the other day I went out and I was getting some downed trees, and everyone was asking about the skidding winch. It's in the building, it's great, it works fantastic, but I don't think people understand, we just make videos on what we're doing when we're doing it. And you know, occasionally, like when we did that cabin video, I'll also do videos on things that I think are interesting. But like if I have to get one tree out of the woods and the excavator's sitting right here, I could do that in less time than it would take to put the skidding winch on and take it back off later. Now, if you're going to do it all day long or something like that, absolutely, it's a wonderful tool. But I don't make videos like, I'm not going to go to all that work to put the skidding winch on and be like, today we're going to use the skidding winch. No, today we're just going to get some more wood out of the woods. However I can do it as easily and quickly as I can. What are some other questions that keep coming up? Do you know?
The building.
the building. Huge progress in the building lately. We're going to show you that in the next day or two.
Can't wait.
Got a fire going in there right now. It's nice and toasty, but things are rolling along in there. I've been working over there in the evenings, and things are moving right along there. Yeah, so we'll show you that in a couple days. Anything else you can think of? Oh, Axel is exactly like Archie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Super cute, great personality. He's just perfect.
Food driven.
So, food driven for sure.
Oh, so Melissa wanted to...
yeah, a lot of you have been asking. We have the Outdoors with the Morgans calendar. It's on our website, outdoorswiththemorgans.com. I'm sure you'll put a link. When you get there, just click shop, and then we'll ship them out. So check them out. They're a great calendar.
We're calendar people.
I love a calendar. I have several calendars.
we have to check them each morning so we know what we're doing that day.
Yeah, what day is it?
Also, people have been asking about the fire starter. That will be back on the website probably in a week or two. We'll have a good inventory of it. We sold out very fast last time, and we've had some really good feedback on that. So that'll be coming up as well. And a lot of people have been asking about the Kubota partnership. If you are not familiar with that, we've gone over this a bunch of times in the past. The two tractors that we have, the MX 5400 and the BX 23S, they are on loan from Kubota. Now the skid loader and the excavator, they're ours. We bought those, but we had a 2-year partnership with Kubota that came to an end, and there's going to be a little change there. You'll be seeing that in the next week or so. I can't tell you exactly what it is right now, but it's pretty exciting. And I'm trying to think what else. Anything else? I think that's about it, huh?
The fire starter and the Kubota tractors, then that's a big question. Yeah, so. Yeah.
But
we'll be excited.
Right now, I think we're going to wrap this up. I'll bring a camera along with me, though. We're going to head out in the woods and do a little hunting. Actually, we're going to do a little sitting in the mini cabin. I don't really care if I get anything unless it's like a monster buck or something, but there's a lot of season left. It's just a beautiful night to go out and sit in the woods. So that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Archie helps him out by sitting at our deck door and watching, and just when that sun's about ready to drop down, you see the deer moving, coming up out of the valley and crossing over.
The other night I was out there, I saw...
Archie locks him up.
I saw 2 doe out there, and she called me, said Archie was going nuts. There was a buck and 7 doe right here behind the house. And then as soon as I came out of the woods, I drove down, I went by the brick house. I saw like 15, 20 deer in a half mile.
Yeah.
And I'm out in the woods for 3 hours and saw 2. But
right.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it. I will bring you along out in the woods. If we see anything, we'll continue this video. If not, that'll be a wrap.